Hello everyone, how are you? Welcome back to the channel. Today is the second episode of the Analog Archives, where I show you how my planners and journals for the year are going. It is very casual, very simple video, but I actually really enjoy filming these videos because I love to show you my pages, though I fear it may be a little bit repetitive for you, so please let me know if it is. But I really do like filming these videos. And first of all, today is January 29th, so happy Lunar New Year to everyone who celebrates. We are celebrating, but we will stay at home and cook very yummy food, so it's gonna be a very chill celebration. We both wanted to just take a break and relax in our own apartment, so I'm very looking forward to today's lunch and dinner. But yeah, I wanted to wish you all a happy lunar year if you do follow the calendar. And also before that, I'm very excited. I did start a Substack. So I said in a few videos before, I think, that I was considering starting a newsletter, especially to talk about mainly books, but everything else that I just find, I don't know, interesting, I guess. So I did start that. I just wrote a very tiny welcome letter. So please go ahead and check it out if you want to. My idea is to upload once or twice a month, but mainly once a month, to tell you like the books I've read, the podcasts I've listened to, and things like that, because I really like to read newsletters. So yeah, if you have the app or have an account, please consider following me there. My username is Notebook Nostalgia, and I decided with that name because yeah, I love notebooks, as you know, and if you're here, I think you do too. And nostalgia just because it's both a word that spells the same in Spanish and in English, so I kind of like the sound of that. So yeah, I decided to call it or name it like that. So yeah, let's just start. So let's start with my Hobony 2 weeks. I think last week or 2 weeks ago, I can't remember, I told you guys that I was not really happy with the paper, right? Like, we all know this, it's like an old story now. So I decided to switch from using a fountain pen to using a gel pen. However, I bought this Energel by Pentel, thinking that I was going to really enjoy it, and I really didn't. I know it's like it skips too much. I don't know what it is. So I decided to just put the Muji ink here and just keep the body, because I really like the body and like the click sound. I really enjoy it. So I decided to just skip the body, just change the ink, and I am rekindling, is that how you call it, my love with my Hobony 2 weeks. So let's go to the last week. There you go. So this last week was very nice for me. As you may know, I didn't have a really good start of the year, and I've seen that is happening to a lot of people. Maybe, I don't know, we put too much pressure in January, or we just feel tired overall. But yeah, I took my weekend for myself. I just decided to not really socialize for a week. Not for a week, just for 2 days. And I decided Monday to stay home and enjoy. And then Tuesday, even though the air quality was very, very, very bad, I think for most of last week the air quality was very bad. There was a lot of fine dust, and it was not recommended to go out. However, I wanted to go on a book date by myself. One of the things that really heals my soul, I guess, is just going into a bookstore and just spending my own time there. Sometimes when I go with other people, I feel the pressure to just choose quickly something and get out, because they don't enjoy it as much as I do. But if I'm by myself, I like to just spend maybe like 1 hour, 2 hours sometimes. I just pick a pile of books and just read the first few pages of all of them and then choose which one I would like to purchase. So I really wanted to do that. And I did. And I think I posted on Instagram Reels about all the books that I got. It was in 2 trips. I didn't get everything the same day. But yeah, these 2 weeks have been very heavy on the book buying. But anyway, it's my own gift to myself. So both for is it solar new year and then lunar new year, I'm just giving myself some permission to spend money on things that make me really happy. And I ended up getting, very quickly I'll show you, Ian Forster's A Room with a View. Then I got Lolita by Nabokov. I know a lot of people have a lot of opinions about Lolita because of the themes, because of what the book is about. I haven't read it, so I don't have an opinion for myself, and I don't usually like to follow what everyone is saying, so I do like to form my own thoughts about things, and there's no other way to do it if it's not to read it. So I picked Lolita to read, and also Gertrude Stein's The Autobiography of Alice B. Toklas. This would be my first Stein, and I think this is the one that she was maybe less or least proud of, because it's basically her own autobiography hidden in the idea of an Alice B. Toklas biography, but she's writing about her own experience in Paris and doing the surrealism. So I'm really excited to read it, actually. And then I got 3 more. So I got On Earth We're Briefly Gorgeous by Ocean Vuong. I'm very late to this book, I think, but I read 2 of the first few pages, and I know it's gonna be freakingly sad already, but the writing is stunning, so I decided to pick it up. Then I got, this one was not on this trip, but anyway, I got Fernando Pessoa's The Book of Disquiet, which is one of the masterpieces, right, of literature. It is a very disjointed journal. Oh, well, that's fine. I don't know, I'm very looking forward to reading it, and it's a hefty one. But yeah, I really love these modern classics by Penguin. I have a lot of them and yeah, excited to keep collecting them. And the last one is The Years by Annie Ernaux. So Annie Ernaux is of course a Nobel Prize of Literature for 2022 and a very it girl author. A lot of people like it here in YouTube and Instagram. I read 2 of her books, and I have to say I enjoy them while I read them, but once I put them down, I don't think about them at all, like at all. So this is my last chance with Annie Ernaux. This is the last of hers that I want to read. If I feel the same, then I'm just, just let it rest. But yeah, I don't really like the cover of this one, but this one was a second-hand book, so I really couldn't choose. It was very, very cheap, that's why I ended up getting it, because I know The Years can be a very, sometimes, tiresome book, because it deals a lot with French politics, so let's see. But I'm kind of excited to read it, actually. So yeah, very nice few days of book buying. And then so yeah, I wrote the books that I got on that particular book trip here and why I felt like I wanted to buy books, just as I told you, to heal my soul. I did 1 year at work, and they don't even say anything, which is very sad. But yeah, corporate jobs tend to be like that, don't they? And then I finished Marianela, which is a book that I talked to you last week, I think. Is a realist classic Spanish book, and I inked some pens. So you saw Diamond Wagner before and Robert Oster, Fire and Ice. I ended up inking Sailor Ink Studios 252 and KWZ Honey. But this was an accident, so I thought I had cleaned up my pen very, very well, but I haven't used that pen in like maybe 2 years, so I didn't I didn't check it again, and it turns out that there was some ink residue left. So now it's writing in very strange maroon color. So I don't know, it's mixed. Basically it's mixed. Yeah, and this is this week. Very long to-do list. I have lots of things to do this week, especially because I have to keep up with my taxes for next week. I think is the deadline. So I'm very, like, I don't know what's happening. I don't understand anything that I need to do. So my partner is helping me with that. But yeah, it's kind of stressing me a tiny bit because I've never experienced that. I don't know how it is in other countries, but in Spain we usually do our own taxes, like by yourself, or you can get help, but I mean, you don't do it with your company. Here I have to give all my paperwork to my boss or to, you know, the HR team, and they will do it for me, which is very strange. I don't know, but yeah. So I'm feeling a little bit pressure about that, also because since it is Lunar New Year, I don't get to rest as much as other people do. I think most people have 9 days off. Sadly, I only have 4. But yeah, everything is almost closed. So there are not that many chances to get your paperwork done. So I think I'm feeling a little bit stressed about that. And then for my notes pages. So I had contents and my reads. So my books that I read that for that year. I'm a quite slow reader, so I don't read very fast. And also because I tend to read at night, and that is when I have time, and I fall asleep. I hate that. So I tend to read during the weekends. Most of my reading is done during the weekend, so I don't really have lots of times to read. So I'm kind of a slow reader. Then I have my 2025 vision board. So I don't know who I saw this from. I think a lot of people have been doing different vision boards, and I have no idea who came up with the first kind of spread about it. But yeah, basically are things that I want to accomplish, or I would like to see happening this year. Again, it's not a very big deal, but it's just something that is kind of exciting to think about crossing, right? So for example, I want to travel to Japan, I want to travel home, I want to speak more Korean, I want to find a new and beautiful apartment. You know, things that like that is not very like personal goals. I think this is more for enjoyment than anything else. Then it's called, this spread is called The Vibes, and I haven't yet finished it. So on my other Hobonichi weeks, I had a spread about how I wanted to decorate my new apartment, and I bought tons of things from that point, right? We moved and I bought things that suited the style that I wanted. Now we want to move again, but of course I already purchased the furniture, so I don't really want to repurchase anything, but I want the house to have a certain vibe. I really want it to be very bougie, very, I don't want to say eclectic, but I don't personally love like a white, clean house. I think it's very calming, but it doesn't feel to me, for my own space, welcoming. So I want a space that feels like it's lived in without being messy or chaotic or something like that. So yeah, I kind of want to put that into words. And then these are my list of books that I really want to read this year. And basically because these are books that I do own, I don't have that many books here with me, but I still have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 books that I haven't read and I have with me. So, or more, maybe 10 or 11. That is not nice, especially because I've been buying but not reading the things that I have. So no, we need to just stop that and read the books. Yeah, so basically so far this is all I've done. My note pages build very slowly during the year, especially because I have the regular weeks, but I want to make a spread about the year of the snake, but I don't have any snake sticker, and I think that I should have a snake sticker in order to talk about the year of the snake. So yeah, I'm on the hunt of for a snake sticker, Usually Daiso is very good with those things, but I really didn't see any this year. Maybe I check tomorrow if I can find something. But yeah, since I'm from the year of the pig, I would like to see how that relates to the snake. And yeah, so I love it. It's my everyday carry. I don't know, it's such a cute tiny space. I love it. And yeah, like I said, I'm back to the Muji pen. It's fine, it works well. I don't see that the ink is spreading as much, so I am content with this right now. And then my Hobonichi cousin, which has become unexpectedly my favorite book right now. I think it's because it's fun, it's different, and you have more space to create, I think, basically. But I'm back in a cover, and this is because I've seen the new spring release from Hobonichi, and if you've seen my other videos, I usually have my book without a cover, but I want to maybe get the tree cover for A5, but I cannot really justify getting it if I'm not gonna use it, because this book stays home, right? So if I'm not even going to use it at home, what is the point? So I've been talking to a lot of people on DMs, and they tell me that they have like a lot of ephemera in the pockets and stuff like that that they use. So I think that is quite nice, so I don't have to just go around the house with my little card everywhere with stickers and stuff. So I'm giving it a try. However, I would really like I think it's last year's cover, that it was black and had a dog, and it was kind of bright colors. I really like the vibe of that one. I like the tree one, it's like museum style, but I think it has a blue hue that it is noticeable in some pictures, and in others it's not, so I'm unsure about it. But light blue is not my favorite color, so yeah, that's why I'm considering it to get it or not. But yeah, so now it looks a bit more lived in. I have a picture of my dog, Cutie. I have a greyhound back at home, and she is a very stubborn but cute and gentle dog, so I have her there. I have the weather stickers, which I'm not currently using, but I don't want to misplace them, so I put them here. My mood stickers that I'm going to switch for next month, and I'll tell you why in a second. And then I have some really not important anything there. And then I have some label stickers from Daiso that I just got yesterday or the day before. The more of the faces, some pie stickers. This is from the calendar that I got for this year, my wall calendar. And these are very random star stickers that I don't even know where they came from, but here they are. And I don't put my cover in both slits because I don't like to fill in these pockets. So I usually don't put it inside here. And I don't use the bookmarks either. I just let them live here. So these are the tabs to tell me where the monthly starts and where the weekly starts. Not this month or this week, just where those pages are, more or less. Basically, I just wanted to use them, so not really, there's not really function for them. And my tarot card for the month. So if we go to the monthly, this is how it's looking. So as I said, I was very inspired by Mina, from Mina Pomelo, to just use them a little bit more. So I have, especially when it's my weekend, which is Monday and Tuesday, I have a little kind of summary of the day or something that I want to highlight about that day. And then I have the videos that I'm uploading and some like appointments or when I have to pay some bills, so I don't forget, because most of them are like automatic, but some of them I have to actually do the transaction, so I don't want to forget about that. So yeah. And then my weeklies, so I'll show you, because I think I didn't show you last week either. So this is how it ended up looking. I'm using the blog like timing that Elle introduced me to, and it's working okay. Like like I said, this book stays home, so it's not particularly important for me if I use these pages or not. But since they're here, I want to just find a function for them. So I changed a little bit my colors. I got these Friction pastel highlighters, and I'm using the pink one for my personal time. It could be social time or it could be just my own time. It doesn't matter. So this is my free happy time. The yellow is the time that I dedicate to create content. It could be in YouTube, writing the newsletter, Instagram, whatever it is. Because I also, of course, it's not work, but it does require a certain, I don't know, I have to be focused on that. So yeah. And then this is my work, and I decided to track what I ate every day. And then my red one, I decided to do any study time, because this is something that I really want to focus on this year. So I thought if I use a very kind of bright color or a color that stands out a lot, it is going to make me feel like, hey, there's not enough red. Why didn't you study that much this week? So just for that. Then I have a small to-do list of things that I really want to get done that day. But as you can see, I don't really follow to-do list. I'm very bad with that. I just go with the flow. And this is this week. So yeah, today is the 29th. But yeah, yesterday. So I have 4 days, which I am going to just enjoy. But yeah, it's working well. Like I said, I don't really put much pressure here. And then I think the thing that I enjoy the most are my daily pages. So I think this is the last few pages that you saw last week or 2 weeks ago. And yeah, this is when I filmed. So basically, like I said, Monday and Tuesday were days for myself, and I filmed 2 videos, so one Monday and one Tuesday. Here is when I stayed home and just kind of read, and sometimes I don't feel like reading, but I want to read. It's very strange, right? Like I don't feel like reading a certain book, but I want to read. So what I would do is I gather my to-be-read pile and my unread books, and I read a few pages from all of them. And then the one that I get really like immediately immersed in is the one that I will continue reading. So I'm someone that usually reads multiple books at a time, especially nonfiction, diaries, and fiction. And I also always have a book on Kindle, because sometimes rush hour in Korea is very, very bad. So sometimes I don't have physical space to take a book on the subway. Like I don't have enough space to open the book. That's how tight it can be. But my phone, even though it's like so close to my face, I can still use it. So I have the Kindle app and the library app, and I always have a book there. And right now I'm reading a book by Amélie Nothomb, the Belgian author. I'm sure about it. I'll let you know more about it next week, I guess. But yeah, so I love to do that. I just love to to read like the first chapter or first few pages of a book sometimes. Again, my ink pens and the schedule for the videos of things that I wanted to talk about. And then Tuesday was my book haul, so the 3 books that I picked up. And I have a picture here of the me filming the video, and this one is of me and my pile of books. So yeah. And again, most of these stickers are from Susanna B. Clark and Erin Ware, but I do have some stickers from other creators or sticker sheets, basically. Then what happened Wednesday? Wednesday, it was just a regular day, I think. And I saw this poem by Langston Hughes. It says, tired. It says, I am so tired of waiting, aren't you, for the world to become good and beautiful and kind. And I think that is something very true in our days, right? So I wanted to write about that. And this is a picture that I took on December 9th of 2024 at 5:34. And I remember this was a Christmas market. And we went into the Penco store. They had a Penco pop-up store there. And there they had this blanket that they are using as a wall decoration, which is very common here. You will see in lots of cafes, they have these beautiful throne blankets. And they just use them as basically like pictures or paintings, and they put them on the walls. And I was just so mesmerized by this one. Like, even from this day, I haven't forgotten about it. So I was going through my pictures and I saw it and I was like, I need to print it. I actually have it in my cart to get it, but I have to ship it from Hong Kong. So I want to make sure I make a smart purchase. But yeah, but it seems actually the writing is in Spanish. So it says siesta, nap, felicidad, like happiness, el gato, the cat, and I think it says libertad, like freedom. And I thought it was a beautiful message anyway. And the colors are stunning, so I wanted to get this. So it is here with me. Then they say it was a Hobonichi release, and I was very mesmerized by this cover. Again, I am not really sure if I want to get it or not, but I really like what they wrote about the cover itself, so I just wrote that down, and I reflected on working for a year in my company. Oh, and this one is from I think matcha chocolate that one of my co-workers gave to me from Japan. And then the 24th, so this is a picture of my doggy, which is a kind of sad picture. She is having some trouble walking. She's 8 years old. She's not that old, but again, she's not a puppy anymore, you know. And she has some trouble walking, and she has gotten like x-ray and an echography. Is that how you call it in English? You know, when you get pregnant, that kind of test. And they cannot see anything. So at the end, they have to do an MRI. So, but to do that, they had to put her to sleep for a little bit. So she was actually the whole day at the animal hospital there, and she was so frightened. And I think this is very common and natural for greyhounds. They tend to be frightened quite a lot. And even the vet told my mom, just please come with her, even though it's not allowed, but she's having such a hard time. So until she's asleep, just be with her, because she's not doing great. And this is a picture that my parents sent me after she went home. So yeah, very sad. And here I was talking about appreciation. And then the 25th was Virginia Woolf's birthday, so I just put a picture of her here. And my favorite book by Virginia Woolf is The Waves. If you don't care about plot, and if you are all about the vibes and the poetry and the prose, I would recommend you to read The Waves. It's a stunning piece of art. Yeah, maybe it's not the most like quick read, but if you persevere with it and you just immerse yourself in the writing, it's such a stunning book. I've read it I think 4 times now. Yeah, it's one of my favorite books. And pain. So, oh yeah, I still having a lot of pain in one of my legs, and the doctor says everything's fine. It just seems to be, and I recognize this, my posture sitting is not great. I always have one leg, you know, like behind me or something like that. So I have to improve that, and I'm trying my best. And then Sunday, my partner and I were thinking about traveling. We really want to travel, so yeah. And I finished Marianella, and then this picture was taken the last day of 2024, and since the 29th, which is the Lunar New Year, was approaching, I had this small cutout, so I decided to just put it here to see how we look on the 29th. And this was 2 days ago. So I stayed at home. I was alone that day. It was my day off, and it was snowing, like heavy snow. So, you know, I just enjoyed my day. I read A Room with a View, I watched the snow fall, and I just had very yummy food. And yeah, it was such a good day, honestly. Like, I loved it. And this was yesterday, so I basically talked about my first post on like Substack. So one of the things that I wanted to do for a long time was to, you know, start a YouTube channel, start an Instagram, but I stopped myself from it because I was like, who wants to listen to me? I think I was a little bit ashamed at the same time. And this year is a year that I'm gonna do whatever I want, and I'm not gonna care what other people think. If I like notebooks and I like to talk about notebooks, I'm going to do that because there's such a beautiful community that supports you and want to listen to you, and you want to listen to them, right? So this is a year that I'm just gonna work on my own personal projects, and not looking for this to become my career or anything like that, but it's just a place that I can find fulfillment and enjoyment. So yeah. And again, we went on to a book date, and this is today. And I woke up and we just had some yummy breakfast, and I was trying to write, but in the morning I cannot make a sentence that is grammatically correct. Even if it's in Spanish, I cannot write. I don't know what it is. I just make so many mistakes, and I think it's because I am not really like awake yet. So I was talking of how funny that was, because I was trying to write something in another notebook, and I just said, oh, who cares, you know, it's just my notebook, I'm gonna write it. And then I read it a few like minutes later, and I was like, why is this so wrong? So yeah, I think I need a coffee before starting to write. But yeah, and that's everything, guys. This is how my weeks have been. I am enjoying this book so much. It's getting a bit hefty, like it's growing, but again, I really don't mind it because this stays at home. And the reason why I want to change this is because I don't know if you can see the indent that these stickers are leaving, because I always place them at the same, like in the same spot, on the same spot here. So there's a huge indent here that is very hard to write sometimes. So what I'm thinking is, like, every month I want to find something different to put in this box. So I went to Daiso and I saw some stickers that are not usually my vibe. So I don't really use very cutesy stickers, but these ones I thought I could use for kind of mood. So they look like this, and there's like a sleepy one, a very tired one, some eating and stuff like that. And they were only like 1,000 won, which I don't know what that, like 50 cents, 75 cents. And then they came with these red ones, and it came with the purple, the yellow, and the green. And they look so cute, and there's so many of these like little ones. And I think I could use these for like tracking my mood. Like, you know, I want to sleep, I don't want to be seen, just want to eat, whatever it is, I'm happy. So I thought they were very cute. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna switch the side. So I'm putting them here right now, so next month I'll put them here and right on here, I think. And if you have any suggestions of mood stickers or mood stamps, I think stamps would be better, but I can't seem to find them. If you have any recommendations, please let me know, because this is kind of like, it's a bit too much on here, like how thick it is. But yeah, I thought also it would be fun to just switch them. And they were so cheap, and they're so cute. They're very cute, actually. So I think it's cherry, lemon, melon, and blueberry. Yeah, so I don't usually buy stickers from Daiso because they are not really my style, but these ones were very cute, so I just decided to get them. And there's so many. Oh my god, there's so many. So yeah, that's everything for today, guys. So I hope you had a beautiful day and a beautiful rest of the week.